What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode, and this is episode 5 of Ultimate Journey. And to kick things off, as you can see, we got an Alexander Pato. We got him for 22,250. Gonna put him just shy of 25k. The Overtich from a previous episode, I do believe we sold eventually for 3.4k. So just waiting Pato to sell, and that he does for 24,750. So not major profit, but as I say, if you can make a K plus a player, that's decent profit if you can keep doing that over and over. So I'm just going to check Mikli's prices, and he was pretty cheap, only 11k bin. But as I had a 433, I was going to put him to the formation price, which was around 12k would be the lowest bin. So I'll put him up for that, to get a tiny profit. Nothing major there though. So I was in a bidding war actually with this person to get this Marquise. I thought he was normally a CDM, but he's a cent mid. So I got a Marquise on a 352 at CDM. So someone's converted him there, and his prices were a little bit weird. If you go for the normal centre mid in a 3-back formation, he was pretty cheap, but in CDM 352 he went up a little bit. So I just undercut everyone, put him at 11,750, which he did sell, but I can't actually show you. The only thing I can show is the trade feed showing that he did sell. Picked up a Robinho in again a poor formation, but he is converted to a left wing because I think that card's like one and a bit k. So that's a decent player to get on top with that left wing card, because someone could give him a 4-3-3 card or something like that to make him fit the formation. I eventually find out he's a left forward and just check in his prices. And I think what I'm going to do is put him roughly the same just to get him sold. I think I put him at, was it 18,750, and I bought him for 15k. So after tax, that's not a bad little profit. What I'm going to do is keep selling these bronze players. My goal for the series is to sell every bronze player, if that is even possible. Robinho sold for 18,750, and this is another issue. He went out my trade pile again, so I have to show you the trade feed of that. And then I went absolute ham on Sebastian Giovinco. There was loads ending at the same time. I was trying to bid on as many as possible. I must have lost about 20 or 30 of them, but I won quite a few. I think that's around 5 of them. So that isn't too bad. You're gonna make decent profits on him. Bought him for 7.4, selling him for around 8.4. So roughly just under a K profit. But if you keep making those on a couple of these smaller players, I class them as, especially they kind of fit the coins that I currently have. I have all these players plus around 22k, so they're a really good player to trade with for the money or the coins that I currently have. You see, I'm just putting all these players up. Picked him up for 7.1, put him up for 8.4 because that's the lowest in a poor formation. He sells as well, so we're selling these really quickly, making some really quick profit as well. And we've only got 2 Sebastian Giovincos left. As I previously said, this is going to be quite a trade heavy start of Ultimate Journey, and it is, but this is pretty much the end until we start making a team. The next episode we're going to make our first team and play our first few games, and hopefully it's going to be a good start for us in this season. Okay, so we go and put those bronze players up again. They're really tough to sell. I sold this Giovinco for 8.5k in a 5-2-2-1 formation. Then I picked up a couple of players. I picked up a Cavani, a Mikli, and I think I also get a Marchetti as well. That was just ending the second I was there. So these are the 3 players that we've got. We're going to put these straight back up. We've only got around 5k left, so we need them sold pretty quickly. So we're going to put them up for decent prices. I think the lowest there seems to be around 22k. So what I'm going to do is just pretty much undercut him. I've got a really poor formation as well in a 5-3-2. So I put him up for 24,750. I think that's because that other one seemed a bit of a bargain. So I would just undercut the one that seemed his general price. And that's something that you should be careful of. Do not undercut everyone if you think he's undercutting the rest too much. Do it at a competitive price so you can make as much profit as possible. But this Mikli up for 8.1, gonna sell him for 12k, which will be a really good profit if that does happen. And then last is Marchetti. I think this first time trading with Marchetti, he was a decent player to trade with. I find a lot of these goalkeepers are very good to trade with. Marchetti is definitely one of them. He's got crazy good stats. He's pretty cheap as well. And I'm just checking his prices. He was around 4 to 5k. So what I'm going to put him up is I think 4.8. So I bought him for 3. I'm going to make roughly around the K on him, and that's the sort of profits that you want. And imagine if you've got the money that, 30, 40k or 50k in my case, as these players are sold, you're gonna make such good profits even if they're 1k a player. Mikali has sold for 12k, random bronze player sold, Marchetti sold for 4.8, and Edison Cavani sold for 24,750. So that leaves us on 55k, but this bronze player sold, and so did O'Flynn, and he sold as well. So 200 for those, and another few bronzes sold. These are the ones I was putting up for an hour and just hoping someone sees them and bins them. So making some good money. I think we're on around 60 plus k. So what we're going to do in the next episode, we're going to build my first team in this series. We've traded enough until this point, so hopefully you've bared with it. Please do give a like, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode.